Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, or if you're new here, which probably most of you are, it's our second video of Cryptic Cove, which is my custom theme park and sandbox mode. And today we are theming first roller coaster that I've made in this park. To start with, I've actually kind of changed the style of my videos. I'm just going to narrate over the top of some fast forwarded, so there's more content being produced each video, which should hopefully be more enjoyable to watch. And I've kind of decided what my first area to be in this tropical park. I want it to be like an Oasis style kind of thing. So lots of little lakes, ponds, rivers, very, very full of nature and colour, as you can see here. I'm currently building like a little lake around the station as a part of my theming, adding a bit of texture to the ground using the sand brush, just going back over areas that I missed in the first episode, which will be on the channel if you did miss the first episode. So we're going to be building here a pretty simple and standard station, as it's my first one. I am still very much learning how to build in this game, because to be honest, it is definitely not the easiest thing. See here, I'm adding a roof because it was a lot easier to add a floor and it would just fit better aligned with the station. So I just added a wood floor to keep that tropical theme up, and added tropical pillars here to support the roof, which you'll see come up in just a moment. I think we made good progress in this video for made pretty good progress in this video, considering that I did actually record this earlier and the power went out and I lost all my footage, so I had to redo it. So this video has taken quite a while to come out, whenever it does come out. Yeah, I hope it's not as boring as the last one. See here, we added like a slant roof, just give it a little bit of texture. The roof color is definitely going to change. And go back over to the custom fence I made off camera, which was before the first episode. But we're gonna actually add that to the station, just as I was pretty proud of the fence. It did take me a couple of goes to try and actually fit it onto the station. I'm not sure why it took that long, but it just did. So yeah, I made the pillars a bit closer together, just as in case they didn't fit around the side like that. It was just there. It would look a bit more even. It wouldn't look oddly placed. Yeah, just noticed that my pillars aren't actually on the ground, so I'm just going to fix that up really quickly. No. Yeah. If anyone does have any suggestions for the name of this coaster, I did actually add a spot to put the name at the front. So I will be reading all the comments and picking my favourite one for the name. And again, if there's a different colour for the coaster or different colours for the station, I'm always happy to read and take in your ideas, and I may change it if I think your ideas are better. Yeah, there's not a whole lot going on right now, just pretty much building the fence I was talking about before. Yeah, here we are. So I'm changing the colour to orange for the whole roof. Let me know how you think of it. If it's too overwhelming of bright colours, I'm open for suggestions. Yeah, now I'm adding just some bamboo wooden walls just to hide the station behind, so you just can't see all the underneath. But most of this is going to be covered by the scenery that we do in the queue, which you'll see in the next couple of minutes, I think. If anyone has any suggestions for the next theme that I try to build, I'm all ears, because, well, I haven't decided anything other than what I just said was for this Oasis kind of area. I'm gonna have a couple of roller coasters with a few lakes and a few flat rides, and definitely a shopping centre somewhere, and restaurants, because, well, we haven't got any of that yet, and the guests are definitely gonna be hungry. Here I'm just adding some rocks to cover up the beams underneath the station, just to add that element of natural. I don't want this park hugely built up with buildings. I want it more of a natural theme. Also haven't customized the roller coaster cart because I don't know what to do for it, but if anyone has any suggestions, feel free to leave it in the comments below. Here I'm just customizing our queue and a few big palm trees and a couple of small ones. And I thought this sealed off exit line through the rocks looked pretty cool. I had a nice texture, because let's be honest, what can't rocks fix? In here, this building that's just where I'm going to place my name for the rides, which is yet to be decided. So a few little details in here. Now, here I've decided over here that, well, when it comes up to it, that I was gonna try and make like an old wooden bridge around here, but I do believe that comes further in the video. Yeah, I think I was just deciding what I wanted to attack next. Yep, and then I just added a couple of little decorations around the roller coaster and the station, just to add a little bit more detail and pop of colour, something more to look at, so it wasn't completely boring. Added some coral into my Oasis. I thought that looked pretty good because at night time these will glow. Yeah, here, this is where I kind of added this wooden bridge. This is a pre-made one from the pirate set, because I wasn't exactly sure how to do my own, but next time something like this comes up, I'll definitely try to make my own. Still unsure if I should add a building for the entrance, which may have like a separate room you can see the coaster fly into. If anyone has suggestions for the entrance, if I should leave it or actually make a building, feel free to let me know. One section of this park is definitely going to be a water park, since it is a tropical theme. Here I'm going to add another little Oasis kind of thing, but instead of using actual water, as you can see I just placed there, I'm going to use the water blocks, which did second guess myself here about doing it, but I think it looks amazing, to be honest. That a little bit of a higher level lake, and yeah, as you'll see in the future, I did try to make the waterfall effect, but I failed miserably, so I'm going to try and do that off camera so you don't have to sit there and watch me do it for 20 minutes. Yeah, and see I'm just filling in the water. The lake area with just those water blocks. It's just as good as the actual water and basically easier as well. Here's again, I'm just going to add the rocks around the outside of the thing just to give it that more natural effect. And yeah, here we go. This is where I attempt to make this waterfall thing I saw online on TikTok, and yeah, it didn't work out so well for me, as you'll see very, very soon. It took me a while to actually figure out how I was supposed to add a new bit, but you literally just duplicate an advanced move and rotate it, as you'll see in literally just a moment. Yep, there we go, now I figured it out. I thought this was going to look amazing, but as you can see in just a second here, it did not turn out how I wanted it to. I'll speed it up just a minute, as well, it's literally just me building a bunch of circles on top of each other. Not really much to see. As you can see when I actually try to put it into the water over here. Place them, put away the rocks, and I'm ready. I'm going to press play in just a second to see how they look before I add any effects in, and yep, that's not how I want it, so I just got rid of it. I'm going to do that off camera, so you don't have to waste me. I just added rocks in there to make it look scenic. And here I'm just adding a bunch of palm trees around the area just to add a bit of scenery. Just add it more, make it more pretty. This is just not an empty area of grass. I think the palm trees, just the foliage and the nature in this game looks very, very good. I never played Planet Coaster 1, and I've probably only played 20 hours of this just to test it out. Here I just grabbed the brush just for some trees and rocks, just to add a bit more detail here. And I honestly thought this turned out really, really good. Now it's actually time to ride the ride and see what it looks like with the scenery. I did add music after this recording as well to the ride, which I completely forgot about doing while I was recording, but I will do that. I'll show that first thing next episode. We just added banking over the Oasis, looped in amongst the trees, and now slow down right next between the two little water areas. Yeah, that's it. The new roller coaster, which is still unnamed, which I will still have to add a name for, but yeah. And this little area over here, I'm gonna probably add a restaurant or a bit of a shopping area. You can see where I'm just waving my mouse around. Thinking maybe a tiki restaurant maybe. And over here, I'm not sure if I'm gonna leave that area blank to the right, which I'm about to fly over to, or add something little behind that, but that is definitely a work in progress. But that is the end of my video today. If you did enjoy, make sure you subscribe and leave a like. All the support is very much appreciated. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.